I thought I was walking into a promotion, but I was actually walking into a moment where I realized they didn't miss me. They saw me and still didn't choose me. Sit with that. Because that kind of moment, that doesn't just hit your career, it hits your identity.
Oh, this is practically mindful shit. Loving myself while I'm losing it. Messing all.
Let me pour this out the way it actually happened. I've been doing this work, not just learning it, doing it, figuring it out as I go, sitting in it, being assigned things that belong to the role I apply for, and not complaining, not cutting corners, actually trying to understand it. And in my mind, this position, this was the shift. This was benefits, stability, breathing room, forward movement. This wasn't just a job. This was a foundation. So when that notification came through, not a conversation, not a heads up, a system notification telling me I wasn't selected, I had to pause because it didn't make sense. Not emotionally, logically. How do you give someone the work, trust them with the work, rely on them for the work, and then say, you're not the one for the role? That's where the disconnect started. And here's where it got real. Because it wasn't just disappointment. It wasn't just, I didn't get the job. It was, they saw me and still didn't choose me. And that does something to you. Because now you're not asking, did they notice me? You're asking, why wasn't I enough? Even when they saw me. And that question, it'll try to take you somewhere. It'll try to pull you into doubt, comparison, shrinking. It'll try to convince you maybe you need to be different. And I had that moment. I had the moment where I thought, should I have said it differently? Should I have answered better? Should I have prepared more? But then I had another thought. If I have to rehearse being me, then what exactly are you choosing? Me or the version of me that performs for you? And then came the conversation. And I remember sitting there, shoulders still, face neutral, nodding at the right moments, but my chest tight. Not anxiety, not panic, just this quiet pressure, like something in me was being pushed down so I could stay composed. And I'm being told, you didn't answer the questions completely. And I'm sitting there thinking, but I do the work. You've seen me do the work. So what exactly are we measuring? My ability to perform it? Or my ability to talk about it the way you want to hear it? Because those are two different things. And what I didn't say out loud was, if I answered the way I actually think, not structured, not polished, not packaged, would you even know how to receive it? Because I'm realizing something. Sometimes people don't overlook you. They just don't recognize you unless you look like what they're used to choosing. And here's where it shifted for me. Not in a motivational way, in a real way. I see me. And I don't mean that in a surface level way. I mean, I know how I work. I know how I think. I know how I show up. And I also know I don't perform. I don't package myself for approval. I speak from where I am. And that might not always fit into structured answers, but that doesn't mean I don't know what I'm doing. So now the question became, do I change how I show up? Or do I change where I show up? Because I'm not confused about my value. I'm just getting clearer about my placement. And I'm not interested in reshaping myself to fit a room that only knows how to validate one type of voice. I'd rather be fully seen in the wrong room then partially accept it in the right one. And this is where I landed. I'm not quitting in a reaction, but I'm also not staying the same. I'm staying differently. I'm showing up differently. I'm still kind, respectful, professional, but I'm no longer overextending, over explaining, over investing because I now understand something I didn't before. Just because a space uses you doesn't mean it's meant to elevate you. And that's not bitterness, that's awareness. So now, when I walk into that space, I'm not asking, how do I show up better? I'm asking, what am I giving my energy to that isn't giving anything back to me? And that changes how you move because now you're not proving, you're observing, you're not overextending, you're deciding. Being seen and still not chosen will make you question your worth if you're not careful. But if you stay with yourself long enough, you'll realize it was never asking you to become more. It was showing you where you've already outgrown. That's it for today's PMS episode. I'm Stacy because really, mindfulness shows up in the everyday, the small, simple things that end up being the most profound. Until next time, pour it, sip it, breathe it, live it.
It's practically mindful shit. Pour it, sip it, breathe it, live it.